execute the plays that are there, the layups. We got a basketball coach in the house. You know, we're a fast-paced basketball team here, and we got a bunch of wide open layups, and you miss them, you're clanking them. Well, what does that do? That ain't even good. I mean, it just affects everything. Your rhythm now, it's like everything's a three-pointer. You know, everything's third and long. You know, it's just frustrating. We just need to execute.
Since we pulled off the interstate for a moment, would you discipline one of your players if you chose not to stand for the national anthem?
Would I discipline one of my players? Well, we don't really have the national anthem, but I would just say that I don't think that, no, I wouldn't discipline my player for that. I think everybody has a right to express themselves, you know, in that regard. But I don't think it's good to be a distraction to your team. I don't think it's good to use the team as the platform. I totally disagree with that. You know, nobody's really asked me about Kaepernick or whatever, but you know, I totally disagree with that. You know, not his protest, but I just think there's a right way to do things, and I don't think two wrongs make a right. Never have, never will. And I think that it just creates more divisiveness, more division. That's my. It's sad to me to see what's going on in this country. I think it creates more division. I think there's a better way. How about, you know, he called press conference, express your feelings. Everybody show up, talk about it, express yourself, go and be a part of things and protest them and do. That's great. I mean, I think everybody has that right, and I certainly respect that. But I just think that this just creates more division, and you know, that's what I hate to see, and I hate to see what's going on in our country. You know, I really do, because I think this is a good world. I think this is a great country. It's just that things get painted with a broad brush around in this world these days. There's a lot of good. There's more good than bad in this world, and I think, you know, you look at. I think one of the greatest leaders this world has ever seen was Martin Luther King. I don't know that there's ever been a better man or better leader. And, you know, to me, he changed the world. He changed the world through love in the face of hate. He changed the world through peace in the face of violence. He changed the world through education in the face of ignorance. And he changed the world through Jesus. And boy, that's politically incorrect. That's what he did. And it's amazing when we don't learn from our past, you know, how you can repeat your mistakes. And and then, you know, the Bible says the two greatest commandments. If we all live by those, there'd be a lot of problems would go away. You know, it says, love the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. And the second one is love your neighbor as you love yourself. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they're the same religion. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they're the same color as you. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they pull for the same team as you. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they're the same gender as you, or whatever. Love your neighbor if they have the same sexuality as you. It just says love your neighbor as you love yourself. If we all live by that in this country, we wouldn't have near the problems that we have. You know, that's just my opinion. But I've never felt like that two wrongs make a right. And I think that although his intention is good, and I just think the method is not. My opinion. I'm entitled to that, just like everybody else. But as far as disciplining my player, no. I think, again, everybody has to. Only I'm going to discipline my player for is things within this team, the team rules and those type of things, holding everybody accountable to the standard. If guys want to go be a part of things, I just think they should do it on their own time and outside of the team framework. That's just my opinion, but I think there's a lot of good in this world. You know, my brother is a retired police officer 30 years and worked night shift his entire life. And there's a lot of good police officers. There's thousands of perfect traffic stops. A lot of good men, a lot of good women. But those don't get the stories, but there's some bad ones too. There's some criminals that wear badges. Guess what? There's some criminals that work in the media. There's some criminals that are football coaches. There's some criminals that are politicians. There are criminals that work in churches.